to hit that record button now. First of all, welcome to the final intake of the fitbox Business Academy. I'm so glad you guys have joined us. This is our third intake for this project, and I'll give you a little bit of background on, I guess, how this whole thing came about and why we're here. But ultimately, it's a nice little gift by the Queensland government, who have decided off the back of COVID, they were looking for some very specific initiatives to help out fitness businesses. And we saw that it was giving some values to some people for us to engage some of our contacts that we had through fitbox and provide them in a format through which, you know, gym owners and business owners could actually come in, have a chat to them and learn from their expertise. So that's kind of the quick, very short version. But I'll throw you a couple of slides as well. First of all, I'm going to say good day to Matt. How you going, mate? Oh, he's working on it. Let's see. You got us, Matt?
Oh, gotcha.
No, it goes now. Cool. And this guys, this is also Matt. Matt's in Brisbane as well, runs a small PT studio. It's actually one of our students from the second intake who it looks like will be returning to come and pick the brains of our coaches again. But Maddie, I should let you know this first session is identical to the first session of your last intake. So if you don't want to hang out, that's totally cool.
That's fine. I'm happy to listen.
Easy. So if you guys have want to ask Matt any questions about, you know, what it is that he learned and what value that he's taken, he's again, like I said, returned. Hopefully that's a good sign for us. So that gives you a bit of an indication, I guess, of what we'll be working towards in this time. So like I said, we'll try and keep this one super short today. I reckon we'll probably not this over about 20 minutes or so, depending on if you have any questions or want me to walk you through anything. But first of all, like I said, welcome. So hi, for those of you I've just met fresh, my name is Hannah. As I mentioned previously, working with the fitbox IQ software, but in particular, this Academy project became my baby in that role. So I couldn't bear to part with it when I since moved on to a new company. So I will be here running you guys through this for the next 6 weeks. We'll run through a short intro session today on how to access the content for the Academy online. We're going to strike out that one there. I should have updated that graphic. My apologies. And just a few things that we need you guys to engage in on this very first week that fulfills sort of where we'll be going with the Academy, and also part of our reporting for the funder of the project as well. So first of all, I happen to, oops, no, I'm in the wrong order. That's all good. We're going to have a look at the Academy portal. So guys, this session, you obviously have clicked on the Zoom link from the email to access this particular Zoom meeting. But for any of our sessions moving forwards, you will need to access the Zoom through the Academy portal. Now, what's the Academy portal? The Academy portal is simply a web page that you guys will have received, hopefully by now, an email from WordPress, from Fitbox Business Academy, saying that you've got a user account set up. Now, what you'll need to do is go into that and click reset password, because there's some very complicated passwords set on your accounts at the moment, and that will allow you to log into the portal itself. Now, within the structure, what you'll see is there's a listing of different subjects, and you'll simply work through each of those modules throughout the weeks, and that's where you can access our future Zoom webinars as well. So this is what it looks like. I might even take you through a live walkthrough of this one. So I'm just going to drop this link into the chat box for you here. You can click on that afterwards, but essentially you'll land on this page here once you've logged in. Your login button sits in the top right up here, where my log out button currently is. And from here, what I recommend usually is to click on the module part of the menu, and then you'll see what our session listings are down here. So this is one particular view. What I can do is click into the session itself, and you'll see the screen changes slightly. So we now have a listing on the left-hand side, and these are all of our little topics within each week that we click through. Some of these are very simple. It's just either a brief, a little bit of information. There's something very important to note is that through each of these pages, you will need to go through, so clicking here, this will be where we access our webinars, for example, coming up. And there's actually a button on the bottom, I can't see it because I have completed these, that says that you've completed this topic. So you'll need to click on these, mark complete down the bottom, before it will allow you to progress to the next topic. So it's very important to note, because if you are going to log on for a webinar and you haven't completed the prior topics, you may be a little bit delayed getting online. So something worth noting there. As mentioned, this session is recorded and we also have the recordings uploaded to this portal for review. So whether you attend live or want to see the same information again later, or if for some reason you aren't able to make it, you can always review the topics online here. So at the moment I've got last intakes review in there, but I'll be dropping this one in over the top of that shortly. So this is how we access all of our Academy content. It's also mobile friendly as well. So you can actually access that portal, this webpage through mobile. Most of what we are doing in terms of content delivery is in video format. So if you prefer a bigger screen, by all means, but it's not something that's going to stop you from accessing either the Zoom webinars or any of the content handouts that we also get through our coaches. So module access, so each week we will open up the following module that will get opened up on a Monday. So you get a bit of a preview of what's coming up, who your coaches for the week, what their expertise is. And like I mentioned, you also need to click through each of these topics to progress to the next one. Now, if there's any resources that are provided by the coaches week on week, so either slides or some people have handouts, that kind of thing, or any recommended reading resources, I like to link those in the module as well. So what you'll see is each of our topics should also have a resources section. So if I click on that, you'll be able to see that you can download slides or anything else from that area as well. I like a meme, so I included a meme on this. I don't know if you can actually see the bottom, but you know, Baby Yoda's very cute. It's one of my favorites. I'm sure you guys, you don't need me to tell you this, but obviously owning a gym is a pretty complicated process. I think a lot of people go in very bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and then within a year look a bit more like this older Yoda here. Owning a gym is a constantly evolving business, and there's a lot to learn and a lot to take on. And a lot to adapt to as you grow and go through the different phases of the business. So with that in mind, let's have a look at what we have coming up in the Fitbox Business Academy. We will actually be starting with a very, very, very important session. So I 100% encourage you to get to this one next week with Keenan Blanco. So he is a small business coach, accountant, and actually owns 2 gyms himself. So as an accountant, probably no one more qualified to tell you and advise you what you should be looking for in your gym from KPIs and the data perspective of your money and accounting. Keenan Sessions is one of the ones that we constantly get told gives some of the most amount of value. So I would 100% recommend getting your butt to that one. Now, Keenan's got a little bit of extra value as well in his involvement with the Academy, in that you'll also get access to a one-to-one session with him when he can benchmark your gym specific numbers privately against some of the other industry numbers as well. So it will allow you to set some goals moving forward and see some places where you might be able to sort of trim and lean out in your business. So that's our next week's session. Now week 3, also a great one. I think this is one of Matt's favorites from last intake with Paul Timms. Now Paul is actually the founder of the Australian Institute of Personal Trainers, but his expertise in particular is around staffing, hiring, and training. So he's fantastic to speak to, really good at, like I said, if you've got any issues, or if you've ever experienced any issues getting a hold of good staff, keeping good staff, how to train your staff, he's got some really great ideas around that topic. Next up, we have Adam Barbero, who is our digital marketing and lead gen system wizard. He's also wonderful and has actually opened up to having a few one-to-one consultations as well. I would definitely recommend jumping in on that session, and he has quite a lot of his own content out there as well if you'd like to get a sneak peek on what he's all about. Now, week 5, this is of course the one that a lot of people will have realized from us promoting the Business Academy, is of course Jason Kalipa. Now Jason and also Gabe from N2 Fit come in, and basically the way they like to structure their sessions is to do a lot of Q&A, because I think that they've found a lot of ability to give value a bit more specifically in that way. So if you guys would like to prepare any questions you have in advance for those guys, by all means, go nuts. I absolutely love that session. I got a lot of value from it personally. I can see that Matt's already keen to jump back into that one again. So that's going to be week 5 for us. Week 6, we talk about business mentorship. So both in the perspective of when would you engage a mentor, as well as being a mentor within your own business to your staff, to your athletes. That's with Hayden. And last of all, we have one of my more fun, I think, engaging ones is website design and optimization with Cody Thompson. So Cody, the previous owner of WODsites, you may have heard of, probably a ton of gym websites are based off that particular program. And he actually goes through and does some live reviews with our own websites and gives some advice on things that could be tweaked or changed to optimize that. So as mentioned, there's some pretty cool content here that's coming up in specific areas. If you've got a specific point of interest, this might help you plan out your weeks ahead. Now, additionally, we also have 2 sessions that are replay uploads from previous intakes that won't be live. You can review those at any time. And one of those is actually with business structures, tax and law sort of topics with our lawyers. Now, that one can be a little dense, I won't lie. So, I mean, I would strap in for that one, but there is some really good quality information in there. Things like, should you employ your coaches as contractors or employees? What to look for in a lease agreement, what you can and can't do, what you should push back on with your landlord. So if you get the chance to have a listen to that one, I would definitely recommend it as well. And those guys have a contact in there if you want to get some more information from them. Cool. So Zoom sessions. Wait, sorry, I might take a pause. Any questions so far? No? Shaking heads? I'll keep on ranting if you don't interrupt me. That's all good. All right, Zoom sessions. So these are going to be once weekly. Now, I would say allow 90 minutes in duration, although typically we don't often hit that. And like I mentioned, we have a new topic each week that we cover off. So I would encourage you to get along to these live if you can, because that will be your chance to ask direct questions, of our coaches. Now, the Q&As within the sessions, we typically do not upload to replay. So one bit of a privacy thing for those who are attending the session, so they can feel free and comfortable to ask things that may be specific to their business. And 2, it's your incentive to be there. So please, if you can, take advantage of those. I would definitely encourage you to do so. These sessions will be held on a Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard, of course, typically running until 2 p.m. And again, those are accessible via the Academy portal as well. Alrighty, so you guys do have a little bit of homework this week, although we do have a short session, which is great. And the first of those is to do a snapshot survey of where your business is currently at and where you are sitting. So this is sitting under session 1 in the Academy portal. And what it will ask you to do is answer a series of questions on a sliding scale about your business. So it's going to assess both your knowledge and the status of the business itself. One thing I just want to let you know is this is completely anonymous. We have no idea who answers what. However, it is a requirement for us as part of our funding from the Queensland government. So we do a pre and a post survey, and we like to sort of get a snapshot before and after, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we might have closed some gaps for you or increase your knowledge in some way. So please remember to do that one, and I will be chasing you if you don't. Additionally, we've also partnered with Filex in this instance. I'm not sure if you guys would have heard of Filex. These guys are actually one of the premium education providers in the fitness space. And they've offered a 12 months free premium access to their online content. So if you're a person who likes to nerd out to a bit more educational resource in the fitness space, I would recommend you check them out. That form to register is also on the portal as well. So not compulsory, but a great one to have a look at. If you do need help at any time, please feel free to reach out to me. You'll catch me on academy@fitboxcorp.com. Now, for those of you who have chatted to me previously, please don't email my hannah@fitboxcorp.com. I don't have access to that inbox anymore. So if you need anything from me, Academy is where you will get me. You can also message us directly through the Academy portal on the Contact Me tab, and that will reach that inbox there. Again, I love a meme. That little seal was just too cute to resist. Like I said, very short one today. So this is your little list of homework. So first of all, good thing to go into is log into the Academy, hit reset password and make sure you've got access to that first module. Complete your snapshot survey. And if you want to, register for that Filex premium access as well. Now, if you find you can't log into the portal at any time or you need help, you can reach out to me at academy@fitboxcorp.com. And other than that, are there any questions at this stage?
I have a quick one, Hannah.
Go for it.
Hello. I manage the gyms for the owners. Do you think I should be getting them to log in and do all like the business details, or would it be okay for the knowledge I have about the business to manage that for them? What do you think before we start?
I mean, if you had the ability, if they had interest in completing the survey per owner, that would be amazing.
Okay.
One, it would definitely help my reporting numbers, selfishly speaking. But
Yep.
it also additionally, I think if they're going to have access to this information, whether or not they attend live or if they'd like to review it, I think it would definitely help. Yeah. So it's kind of a good, I can give you guys a preview of what the survey looks like if you like.
Yeah. I'm just thinking, so if I get them to log in before the next session and to add their take on it, or whether this is something I should just sort of review for them.
You could just send them this URL if you like. So this could be completed more than once on the single login for the portal.
Excellent.
So here's the kind of like questions that we ask. So it's what your role is within the business, your highest level of education, and then it's just some sliding scale questions. So we've got things like, does my gym positively impact my community? How you were affected by COVID? Of course, it's that government one. What else have we got in here? I understand the importance of tracking. I am tracking, this kind of thing. So additionally, completion of this, I pass this on to Keenan for next week's session. So it helps give him a really good idea of where you guys are at. And then he can tailor his delivery to that as well.
Great. Thank you.
Not a problem. Any other questions, guys? Ben, very quiet over there. Okay, love that. Awesome. Tony, you all good? Beautiful. Same thing, if you want to get Jody to jump in as well, I can set her up another login or you can pass them a link. Wonderful.
Yeah, I think I might do that if that's okay.
Yeah, of course. No worries at all. Easy. I'll create a profile as soon as we jump off here. Alrighty then. Well, as mentioned, short one. Have some time back in your day, guys. I'll let you dive in. Jump on and complete that survey as soon as you can. Oh, sorry, Josh. You jumped off the camera. You all good too? No questions? Yeah, brilliant. And Adrian, I can't see you, so I'm assuming no questions.
I'm all good. I'll try and find my webcam in the coming week because it's packed away somewhere because we're shifting house, and I'll have it next week, hopefully. So
amazing. Thank you. I can speak from experience that it can be difficult presenting to blank screens at times. So we super appreciate the feedback.
Understand totally.
Yeah. Awesome. Great. All right. Well, lovely to meet everybody. And I will catch you guys next week. It's Wednesday at 12:30.
Thanks, Anna. See you next week, team.
Thank you.
Yeah.